So whether you guys are just starting or have been selling for a little bit, if you are interested in selling a clothing brand, you're in the right place. If you're interested in starting one, I'm going to be giving you guys my honest opinions, tips, and tricks about the best ways to start. Don't forget to check out the how-to video, but if you're past that, definitely pay attention to this one. I'm going to be giving you guys my honest breakdowns of the top 5 sites to sell any sort of product on, whether it's e-commerce clothing, whether it's cups, mugs, anything you guys might want to sell, art. I'm going to give you guys the 5 best websites to sell. So I'm going to be ranking these based on ease of use, pricing, customization, how much, creative freedom you guys are going to have on these websites, and I'm going to break them down that way. So I'm going to give them kind of a grade, and then I'll give you guys my honest opinion and tell you guys what I use. So I run a couple of online shops myself, and I will say that I am not a coding guru or a business guru, but I will say that some of these are a lot easier to use than others, if we're being honest. So the first website I have here for you guys, starting from 5 and then going down to 1, is going to be Wix. Now, Wix is pretty good. I will say, I'll leave it at that. It's good if you're looking for a sort of drag and drop, easy kind of website builder where you don't need to be an expert. It does have a lot of built-in e-commerce tools that will make your life a lot easier. I can say though that with add-ons and things like that, it will get pretty pricey. So I will say it's at 5 for a reason. It does not have the best or fastest checkout, which is going to be super important when you're selling things. People want websites that are running smooth. It's not buffering, it's not loading. If they're checking out, you want them to check out. You don't want to give them any time to reconsider, rethink things, or it's taking too long and they close the tab. That's the last thing that we want. So I would say my first store was on Wix. It's super easy to use, but there are a lot of better things out there that will have really good layouts, really good customization, and I think that there are also things that are just going to be a little bit friendlier on our pockets. Next is Squarespace. This is one of the older sites, one of the more, I guess, like loyalty built. They've been around for a while, I will say, and it's really good for people that are really creative. It's very stylish, has like a minimalistic style, and if you're somebody who is really big on aesthetics, this is perfect for you. Everything will look really sleek, really good, and it'll be like one of the best websites you might ever create. I will say it's a little less flexible with the product variation. So for me, if I'm selling multiple clothes in multiple different styles, for example, I have jerseys and I have 5 different colors, 5 different sizes, it's a little less friendly on the people that are doing a lot of variations. But if you're selling 1 or 2 products, not a lot of sizes, not a lot of colors, this is really good for you. And again, the aesthetics and the customization on this are incredible, so I do suggest this for someone that's really creative and really wants to kind of explore with the different ways their site can look. So next is going to be BigCommerce, which is really, really good for people that are selling there, no transaction fees. And if you're someone who's all about making the money, this is good for you. I can't say that your site's going to look the best, but I will say that it's really, really good for people that are really just selling products. Now for me, I do have a kind of message that I want to convey with my brand, so the way that the site looks for me is also super important, as well as, making a little bit of money on the side. But I will say BigCommerce is going to be really good for those big inventory people who are really just selling. It's going to be really good for you. Next is going to be Etsy. Etsy is something that's really good. I still own an Etsy shop. Etsy is good if you're selling a lot of different products. So I have my clothing, but I also sold some stuff during the Super Bowl, some digital art, just kind of customized things and personalized jerseys with names on the back and things like that. Anything that's like a variety, and you don't want to have a box that you're checked into where it's strictly your brand or strictly this, strictly that. It's going to be really, really cool to sell on Etsy. It's super cool. I will say it's one of the easiest sites I've ever been on. Like, listing products is easy, selling is easy. It's just going to be honestly like one of the best sites you can have. And your shop kind of is not, you don't need to worry about making a cool website because your shop is on Etsy's main website. So you can just go to your shop through Etsy. You don't need to have a cool website. As long as your products look cool, you are set and you're good to go. So Etsy is my number 2 for sure, and it's just super, super great. I will say there are a couple of important things to consider when using Etsy. Your shop will need to stand out. I sold my first product in 24 hours of creating my Etsy shop, but it's really important that you stand out because a lot of the shops are all going to be kind of selling the same things. Those vintage niche products are going to be on there. So I will say it's really important that you find a way to stand out, whether that's going to be your title on your product photos, your images on there. It's definitely important to really really just kind of stand out. And then again, also your fees are gonna add up. So it's not gonna be the cheapest thing, but if you're constantly selling, I will say that you will get a lot of sales on Etsy, but there will be some fees that add up, and you do have you don't have as much control over your personal brand identity on Etsy. But again, it is one of the easiest places to sell on, so I do suggest it if you guys are kind of just starting out or kind of selling a lot of different products, a lot of different customizable things, vintage things. So I do really suggest Etsy if that's you. So our last website is going to be Shopify. My number one, the industry leader, super flexible, tons of add-ons that are built in, free and some paid for, tons of templates that you guys can build your site from, free and paid for. I've made some pretty cool sites and I've never had to pay an arm and a leg for the template, so I will say Shopify has been great for me. Super customizable, supports all kinds of businesses, whether you're selling a product or a service or just kind of creating a website for a blog, anything that you guys may be doing. I was able to integrate a blog into my e-commerce website, so I will say that Shopify has been great. The monthly costs can sometimes creep up, but there are a lot of basic packages that you guys can do if you're just kind of starting out, or if you're not looking for anything too fancy or flashy. I've been using the basic and I've been great with my plan. And another thing, they do have a lot of free trials if you guys are just starting out. So I know that I started out with their free trial for me. So I will say that if you guys are interested in it, Shopify is like the best place that I've been on so far. I'm still on there. I plan on staying there for a little while, and you guys can check out my site in the description and kind of see what I've been working with. But Shopify is great in my opinion.